Nick, thank you so much for doing this. How's the last couple of weeks been since everything went down?
Hey guys, it's been a little bit crazy, I guess. Obviously, I had also a wedding in the past couple weeks, so with the trade and everything, trying to move places in Vegas. Just went back from there, making boxes, trying to get out of the house, and obviously finding a new place in Toronto. So it's been a bit crazy, but yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, the joys of a pro hockey player. What was your initial reaction when you found out you were part of the deal and the sign and trade with Mitch Marner that had you heading to Toronto?
Really surprised to be honest. I wasn't expecting to be traded this summer. Came at a time, like I said, I wasn't expected, but really excited to be joining a team that's trying to win right now. That was the most important thing, but also Canadian team going to be a different experience and a team, a great organization, great city. So really excited.
Yeah, that's the unique aspect of this whole thing, right? I mentioned you start your career in Carolina, you go to Vegas. Is that something that you embrace playing? Obviously, you're from Quebec, like you know a bit about big cities and big markets. Is that something you embrace playing for an original 16 like the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Yeah, it's going to be obviously a different challenge. Really excited to play, like I said, for a Canadian team, a bigger market. Obviously, there's going to be maybe a little bit of pressure, but I think that's a privilege as a player. When you have pressure, that means the expectations are high, and that's when you want to play, and that's when you want to play your best hockey. So yeah, really excited to be joining the Leafs.
Yeah, and you mentioned they're trying to win right now, and Craig Berube coming in last season with his first season is trying to establish a style of play that they think will lead to winning. Have you talked to Craig Berube, and what do you think's in his mind as far as the plans for this team this season?
Yeah, we've talked obviously. I know you look at the guys they brought. I think they want to play with a little more grit, I guess, in the playoffs, more physicality, and I think they did a really good job this year. Just watching it compared to the last couple of years, like I said previously, I think they were the biggest challenge to Florida in 7 games, and um, the guys were physical, and I think the team is going in the right direction. So I think we'll try to keep going that way.
So, Nick, you've lived the Stanley Cup grind, of course. What advice would you give to a team now like your Maple Leafs that are trying to finally get there?
I mean, the team is really close. I think keep pushing, especially in the summer like that. Try to get the most of every workout every time you go on the ice. But it's really crunch time. I think, like I said, pressure is a privilege. There's going to be ups and downs. Been there, obviously. Try not to be too high or too low, and but like I said, it doesn't take that much more. The team was really close last year, so a little bit more, and we'll believe it can happen.
Yeah, and as Nick mentioned, you've won the Stanley Cup, and you've been in the league long enough. You've been part of a lot of different teams. Is there anything that stands out in your mind that's different about that team that did win the cup? Something special that a team requires in order to get to that holy grail?
I think one of the most important thing is everybody understanding their role. Wherever you play in the lineup, and even the guys that are not playing scratch, eventually there's always injuries in playoffs, so they're going to find a way in the lineup. So always be ready. But every guy is just clicking, enjoying wherever you are in the lineup, whatever role you need to play. If it's PK or even the guys that play 8, 10 minutes, but got to be physical and win your minutes and be hard to play against. So I think it's one of the most important things for sure.
Nick, the one thing I admire about your game, like watching a lot of Vegas Golden Knights game the last couple of years, it seemed like every time somebody got hurt in the top six, namely a center, they called on you to shoulder that load, and you would. You'd play PP1, you'd chip in, you'd play with the big boys. Who do you credit the most in your career thus far for getting you to that next level from being, sort of a guy who's looking to push into the league to a mainstay in the league and a consistent contributor?
Oh, that's a tough question. There's so many people that have helped me along the way, so I'm not gonna name one guy in particular, but there's so many, like all the coaches I got from the minors to Carolina and agents, and so there's so many people. But yeah, I definitely see myself in a position where I can play a top six if needed. Can play in different roles. I think that's one of the particularity that I like. I can play in different situations, whether it's power play, PK, take big face off. So I embrace that part of the game for sure.
Yeah, and you mentioned the winning teams having everyone understand their role. Is there anything different for people who aren't familiar with your game that you're going to bring to the table to try to do exactly that and help this team get over the finish line?
Yeah, I think like I said, it's never gonna be the most flashy guy out there. Obviously, like I wouldn't say I'm the fastest or get the best shot, but I think I can do it all out there. Especially come crunch time. I think I'm hard to play against. I like to protect pucks. I can play against the best lines on the other side. So and can play in every situation. So I think that's what I'm going to bring to the table.
Nick, this is a safe space. Were you a Habs fan growing up?
Actually, no, I was a Leafs fan. I said it until, which is pretty crazy for a guy from Quebec. I was a Matt Sundin fan, but I think I was about 11 or 12 when he moved to when he signed in Vancouver. So I switched. I was kind of mad a little bit about it. So I went back to Montreal at that point. But yeah, growing up when I was really younger, I was Toronto for sure.
Man, that's
Not
amazing
bad.
how it works out too, right? Where you look at sort of your career where it's come, and now you start your Maple Leafs career, and it's going to happen against the Montreal Canadiens too, October 8th. I mean, you must be
Yeah.
jacked for that moment too, eh?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'll recircle my calendar. I think for a lot of my friends and family as well. So it'll be a great moment for sure.
And once it's set in that you were going to the Toronto Maple Leafs, you start looking at the roster and envisioning who you might get a chance to play with. And did any name stick out to you on this current roster?
I mean, there's so many guys that I'm looking forward to play, but obviously Austin, just seeing everything he does out there. Really looking forward to see obviously Johnny Tavares, like everything he's done in the league for so many years. He's a leader. And he does everything a little bit out there as well. So like can play in every situation. So really looking forward to see those two. But there's so many good players on the team, so really excited.
So, Nick, I noticed you're wearing your customary number from junior, number 55. Is there any reason why you wore that number to begin with?
That's a big story. I mean, when I was in midget, I was underage. My first year, I was 14, so we kind of went by age for picking the number back then. So I was the youngest, so I ended up with 55, and kind of like got surprised a little bit. Didn't really like it at first, but by the time like I played 2 years with it, and then I got to juniors, and I picked it for 4 years. So then when I got to Vegas, obviously 55 was already picked, so I picked 10, and obviously couldn't get 10 in Toronto, so I went back with 55.
Hmm. And last one for me, I'm just curious when you did sign, did you talk to anyone about what it's like to be a Maple Leaf, what it's like to be part of that team, live in that city when you are a Maple Leaf? Obviously, it'll be a little different than some of the markets that you've played in.
Yeah, I played with Stephen Lawrence a little bit in the minors, so talked a little bit to him. Obviously, Ryan Reeves, I played with him for a few years back in Vegas. I got fortunate enough. He was when I was coming back from Vegas. We met too at the airport. So we got to talk a little bit about all the guys, the city, a little bit everything. So it was nice to catch up with him and see what he thinks of Toronto, and he really enjoyed it. So it was good to know.
I love that Revo commandeering both sides of the sign and trade because there was all that hoopla that came out about Mitch Marner, him showing him a place in Vegas. Great to see the other side of the perspective as well. Nick, we'll leave you with this one. January 15th. You had a chance to think about that day and that game returning to Vegas potentially?
Yeah, it's gonna be a big moment. Obviously, spent a lot of time there. Really good moments. Obviously, won the cup there. and there's a lot of good players and friends in there, so it's going to be emotional, but looking forward to it for sure.
Awesome, Nick. I hope the wedding went great. Congratulations on that, and congratulations now on being a Maple Leaf. Welcome to Toronto, and we'll see you in the fall, okay?
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for the invite today.
Anytime. Take care. Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.